If you are old enough to get out of bed and feel some sort of joint pain, you grew up with Michael Jackson. Indeed, for many of us, Michael Jackson was a staple of our youth. As a kid, Bad was one of the first CDs I ever bought. I grew up loving his music, and I bet you did too. Of course, Michael Jackson tragically died in 2009, but that didn't stop an array of media produced by and about him from being created. Since his death, Jackson's estate has continued to earn hundreds of millions of dollars, making him one of the highest grossing deceased celebrities. A small but important part of that legacy has been Michael Jackson in video games. As one of the biggest stars of the 80s and 90s, Jackson played a role in the development of numerous video games. Jackson starred in Michael Jackson's Moonwalker for the Sega. He also voiced a character in Space Channel 5 and wrote music for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. However, what would have been Jackson's biggest contribution to the video game world is sadly unrecognized and unreleased. One of the projects Jackson's name and likeness was set to be involved in, and quite possibly the most bizarre MMORPG I've ever heard of, was Planet Michael. This virtual world would have created a whole new haven for fans and an entire virtual ecosystem based on the life, legacy, and music of Michael Jackson. In today's video, we're going to review what Planet Michael would have been, and, as best I can tell, also talk about why no one ever saw it. Let's start at the beginning. On September 21st, 2010, C Virtual Worlds announced that it had signed a contract with the estate of Michael Jackson to produce Planet Michael. According to the press release, this massively multiplayer virtual world would, quote, offer fans around the globe an innovative, first of its kind, interactive gaming and social experience that truly celebrates Michael Jackson's extraordinary life as an artist and humanitarian. The game was set to release in 2011. According to the release, the planet would be based on Jackson's massive media presence, including his music, songs, life, and global presence as a humanitarian. The game never describes itself as an MMORPG like World of Warcraft, but that's pretty clearly where it would have headed. Now, they were also very clear in the press release. There would be no violence, in line with Jackson's philosophy. There would be quests, but those would be solved by using dance and song. No further details on how that would have worked. Of course, this was a massively online game, so it would have relied heavily on social elements as well. Players would be able and encouraged to interact with each other and bond around Jackson's music. It's important to also note where Planet Michael would have resided. Planet Michael was set to be a digital planet within a broader digital space, the Entropia Universe. This universe, which has been around since 2003, is a, quote, advanced 3D online virtual environment with a developed planetary system. In other words, the Entropia Universe is filled with an extensive number of planets, each with their own gameplay style, genre, ecosystem, and more. Players who play in the Entropia Universe can play games, socialize, customize their avatar, and basically create an entire new digital life. Planet Michael was going to be part of this universe. That's also where the money would have been made. A key part of the Entropia universe is the economy. You can buy in-game currency for a fixed rate, then use that currency to purchase items and play games. That item purchasing component is a big part of the game. In an interview with Eurogamer, VP of Production and Development Josh Gordon described the game further, saying that you wouldn't earn experience, but skills. He also noted that some of those skills would be transferable within the Entropia universe, but some wouldn't, as not everything was going to be compatible. The developers particularly emphasized how closely they were working with Jackson's estate, and that they were trying desperately to adhere to what they think Michael Jackson would have been proud of. That can be seen in other facets of the game, including that players would be able to use Planet Michael to make philanthropic contributions. During his life, Jackson was genuinely dedicated to numerous philanthropic causes, with some estimates holding that Jackson donated as much as $500 million to charities over the course of his lifetime. He repeatedly used his celebrity to advocate for numerous causes, and it's actually pretty cool that Planet Michael would have continued that legacy. The development of Planet Michael would have been handled by MindArc. The company, still in existence today, develops, operates, and markets the entire Planet Entropia universe, and has since 1999. For those of you who are unfamiliar, let's be clear about the relationship. C Virtual Worlds was the developer of the virtual space, kind of like a housing or construction developer in the real world. MindArc was the programmer, like the actual construction firm. Keep in mind that Jackson's death was barely a year removed from the announcement of Planet Michael. As expected, the story about the new Jackson Virtual World got some pretty extensive coverage in the gaming press, including websites like Kotaku and Wired, as well as the mainstream press, with the New York Times and USA Today picking up an Associated Press story on the subject. Perhaps no website went as far as the official Michael Jackson website in describing what would happen on Planet Michael. The website update, released on October 12, 2010, said that Planet Michael would have different continents and a, quote, revolutionary cash economy. It noted that there would be no subscription fees and that players would be able to participate for free. Said C Virtual World CEO Martin Bylas, quote, Throughout his extensive career, the King of Pop was well known for his visionary contributions to music, dance, fashion, entertainment, and philanthropy, and it was critical that we somehow incorporate all of those elements into the game. From a footage perspective, what we have available is really limited, and what is here is low quality. There's a couple of limited videos that are supposed to provide perspectives into the different worlds within Planet Michael. What you're looking at now is Planet Thriller. There was also Billie Jean World, and the videos and pictures from here aren't actually officially confirmed, but they were released by numerous fan accounts and on some of the official stories about the game, so I'm going to say that they're legit. These were the only videos, but there's also a lot more pictures. As you can see, many of these pictures actually are clipped from the video that I just showed you. However, some are brand new. For example, there are photos from the Neverland world. Billie Jean and Thriller are obviously two of the most popular songs that Jackson ever had. Neverland was the name of Jackson's home and private amusement park that he owned from 1988 through 2005. It had rides, a train station, a petting zoo, a garden, and more. Honestly, it makes sense that this part of Jackson's story would be incorporated into a digital world that's supposed to be reflective of Michael Jackson. As the project unveiled, social media ramped up. There was a Facebook page and a Twitter page, and then nothing. This leads me to the most frustrating part of the video. Where is Planet Michael? What happened? Why did it fail? To be clear, I don't actually have a solid answer, but if you do, please let us know in the comments. However, after some digging, I do have a theory about why Planet Michael never made its premiere. It comes down to the partnership between C Virtual World and MindArc. In January 2011, C Virtual World announced that it was purchasing Planet Calypso, a planet in the Entropia Universe, from MindArc. It also announced that it was purchasing the assets of the First Planet Company, a subsidiary of MindArc. The press release specifically noted that staff from First Planet, which would be renamed C Digital Studios, would help with the development of Planet Michael. It would also help with the development of Universal Monsters World, which would have featured property from the Van Helsing franchise. However, that partnership never panned out. In June 2011, MindArc posted this on their partners page. MindArc wants to inform our users that the cooperation between C and MindArc has been terminated. Of course, C Virtual Worlds was also developing Planet Michael, so the breakdown of a purchase between these two companies would seem to be bad. And as noted by one forum post, Planet Michael was then removed from the partnership page. Now, whatever dispute happened here, it was settled. In MindArc's 2012 annual report, they said, quote, "In June 2012, the arbitration between C Digital Studios and Planet Calypso was settled. Planet Calypso and MindArc are satisfied with the settlement arrangement. As best I can tell, there is no mention of Planet Michael anywhere on MindArc's website, and C Virtual World at some point became C Global Entertainment, which specializes in global touring exhibitions. Among the exhibitions they say they produce content for? Michael Jackson. Of course. There is one final point here. At some point after this dispute was settled, C Global Entertainment did again mention the Michael Jackson game, but in a different form. Instead of launching a virtual planet, the website said that they would be launching a, quote, social browser game. This online experience was billed as a massive social game, but not one that was part of the Entropia Universe. However, that game also never came to be. So, is this what happened? I need to be clear here. I don't know for sure. But, gun to my head, I would guess that the dispute over Planet Calypso between the C Virtual World and MindArc ruptured the relationship between the two and caused the proposed Planet Michael to fail. Whatever happened, Planet Michael is long dead. The old website is now for sale. The Twitter account hasn't been updated since February 2011 and only managed to send out 5 tweets before then. The Facebook page doesn't exist anymore. And honestly, it's kind of a shame. In the universe of virtual worlds, this would have been cool. Jackson fans are out there. And if social media is any indication, people were excited for this game, and they spent some time asking about it. Unfortunately, there was no luck for fans of Jackson, and unless a new project comes along, there will never be a Planet Michael. And that is it for this video. If you like what you saw, and obviously you did, you made it to the end, please hit the like and subscribe button so you can keep getting this content and help the channel grow. Thank you, everybody. Have a wonderful day out there. See you next time.